Hey there. Today's story isn't about ghosts, but it's about a place where people vanish quietly, where death doesn't raise questions, and silence is policy. This is the story of Claire, a former caregiver in a privately run nursing home just outside Detroit. She worked night shifts, took care of patients who couldn't feed themselves, couldn't speak, people whose families had stopped visiting. She thought she was helping, until one morning she found Mr. Davis, 82, mild dementia, pleasant smile, cold. She knew he was fine at 2:01 a.m., but the nurse on duty told her, he passed in his sleep, happens all the time. But there was a bruise on his temple, fresh, a handprint on his arm. No doctor was called, no coroner, just a black bag and a signature. And when Claire asked about it, you ask again, you don't come back. That's when she realized some people didn't die in peace, some were helped to the end, and others were erased. Claire started noticing things. One resident, Miss Lottie, suddenly choked on food, but she was on a feeding tube. Another, Mr. Reynolds, wandered into a restricted stairwell despite being immobile for 2 years. And every time, same response. It's tragic. These things happen. Their time came. But it wasn't just death. It was routine. No security footage, medication logs rewritten, family phone numbers disconnected. Claire remembered hearing yelling one night. A new CNA, rough, impatient, screaming at a bedridden woman. Next morning, that woman was gone. No obituary, no family pickup, just a freshly made bed and silence. She asked a senior nurse what happened. The answer? If they die quiet, you don't get sued. If they die loud, we do. Claire began documenting, quietly. She kept her own log. Names, dates, strange bruises, pills found on the floor, residents who seemed over-medicated. One entry read, Mr. Conway, trembling, eyes unfocused, spoke yesterday, barely breathing today. Nurse laughed, said, he's just winding down. 3 days later, he was gone, his file removed, his room repainted. Claire discovered that some nurses were instructed to reduce alertness in combative patients, meaning overdose, just enough to keep them from resisting baths, feeding, or abuse. One nurse, Susan, whispered to her during a smoke break. You didn't hear this from me, but the death rate spikes before inspections. Fewer high-need residents, fewer red flags. Claire didn't believe her until she checked the logbooks and saw 3 residents pass the same week corporate came to visit. All of them marked palliative care. None had been in pain. Then there was the night she heard wheezing from Mr. Green's room. He had asthma. No inhaler nearby. She called for help. Her radio buzzed back. Let him sleep. He's comfortable. He died 40 minutes later. The nurse said, we did what we could. But Claire knew they didn't even try. Claire reported what she'd seen to the director. She was told to take a week off. When she came back, her shifts were cut, then moved to weekends, then finally terminated for misconduct. She called the state board, filed a report, but 3 months later she got a letter. Insufficient evidence, case closed. She tried reaching out to families. No one responded. One anonymous email arrived. If you speak publicly, we release your file. You're not as clean as you think. She still doesn't know who sent it. Claire left healthcare, suffers from night terrors, can't walk past nursing homes without crying. Some people die surrounded by love, but some die in corners, with plastic sheets, silence, and no one watching. Claire didn't harm anyone. She didn't cover it up. She just noticed. If this story sat heavy with you, it should, because dignity isn't guaranteed. It's defended, quietly by people like Claire. Thank you for watching. I'm grateful you gave this story your time. I hope your day is safe, your heart strong, and your voice never silenced. We share new true stories like this every day. Stories that ask you to listen, even when the world looks away. So if this one meant something, like the video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below. Have you ever seen something in elder care that didn't feel right? Take care of yourself, and remember, some cries don't come from pain. They come from being forgotten.